Hi, it's Plastic EP from Melbourne, Australia. And let me tell you, right? I've hit 1,000 shows. I want to thank everybody. I love you all. Now, for those of you in the know, if you go to the Daniel Sam page, I've got two pages, Plastic EP, and then I've got Daniel Sam with a monkey's logo. If you go there now, there's 10 full albums of the greatest hits of the EP. So the first album starts off with Hey Bananas, You Think You're Groovy. It's over 100 songs for free. You can download now. So if you get on it straight away, you get them after 7 days, they disappear. But I just wanted to tell you. Now, aren't we lucky with the world's greatest super Beatle collectors? And I got to tell you, I'm so proud of this show, Terry, like yourself, with people like Pat Graham, right? With Nathan, with introduced, I've just lost my memory now.
You call me whatever you want, Ethan.
No, it's all right. You've got to say your name because there's nothing written down here. Phil. Okay, sorry. These glasses are so dark, I can't see nothing. It's the best. I'm sorry. I apologize. Anyway, Pat, tell everybody about this fantastic show.
Yeah, well, we thought we'd like to celebrate the Beatlebilia Facebook group that me and Phil started a year ago, almost to the day, and these guys that are on tonight, Nathan and Terry and Laurie, who fortunately can't make it because she's flooded out down in Florida. There, we were the founding members, and so we thought we'd celebrate it with a few nice Beatle bits that friends and other members have helped us collect along the way, and so we thought we'd get you guys all on the show, thanks to EP, and talk about everything Beatlebilia. Beatlebilia came out of me starting a website about 20 years ago, Beatlebilia.com, and I set it up just really for all Beatlebilia collectors out there to have a reference center where they could go to and try and identify everything that was in the 60s, and since then, obviously, we've moved on massively to where we're at today. We've just hit 4,000 members on the Beatlebilia website, on the Facebook group, sorry, and we managed to reconnect people who have lost touch over the years. People like Dennis, who have reconnected with friends and other memorabilia collectors, but also it's just a great friendly group because everybody's trying to find something for other people as well. It's not about look what I've got, it's about what can we do for you guys. So recently we've been able to find things. We got them to do let us know what you're missing, what you're after, and we said we'd try and find it, and in some cases we have. So long may it continue.
I got to say, I'm a member, and also saw Guy Smith eating a big giant bag of popcorn on the net. Did you see that?
Yeah, I saw that.
Can I ask, is he a member when he's not eating popcorn?
Yeah, Guy was a founding member. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Come on, Guy, come back on the show. We need you. Okay, continue on, Pat or Terry, who wants to talk, or Phil.
Let's have it, Phil.
Yeah. So listen, I just want to say how much I've loved the Beatlebilia website for 4, 5, 6 years now. It's an amazing website. I'm on there every single day, multiple times. I know Nathan's on there many times a week as well, probably daily like me, and maybe like me, Nathan. When you go to your search bar, right, and you type in the web address where you want to go, I only have to type in BEA now, and it already predicts I'm going to the Beatlebilia website. It just knows it's learned it already. And Pat, what Pat's put together on that website is just incredible. 40 plus years of collecting, and what Pat don't know ain't worth knowing. He's forgotten more than I know, and I stand on his shoulders on a daily basis for learning all stuff about original memorabilia, where it comes from, what to look for, how much it should be priced at. So when Pat and I mean, Pat, Beatlebilia, was the start of where Pat and I met. I emailed him several years ago, and we got chatting, and now we've become close friends. And now, we know each other's families, and it goes beyond the Beatlebilia. But when last 3-4 years, Pat and I have become good pals. We've talked about setting this Facebook group up, or finding a way to bring Beatlebilia together as a community, because there are loads of us out there across the world, and we never expected a year ago to be at 4,000 plus members, and in fact we're probably closer to 5,000 now, Pat. And it just goes to show how many people across this spinning marble of ours are just fascinated, blown away, and passionate about the same things that we are. So it's great to see every day people coming together, people sharing stories, as Pat says, reconnecting, but connecting as well. So, you know, people making friends, people making new relationships, people helping each other out. And as Pat said, it's just a super friendly group where people are just out to help each other out. And that's what I think we're most proud of, isn't it, Pat? That you know, it's a friendly group, it's a lovely group. It's not just about showing what you got, it's about helping each other out and making friendships and making connections. And that, you know, this room of mine, and I know Pat's and I know Nathan's, they've grown and grown and grown over this last year, because of the connections that people have made, and because we help each other out. And that's some of the stuff that I think we're going to show tonight, isn't it, guys? We're going to show some stuff that people have helped us pick up along the way.
Well, I just want to say, go straight to the Beatlebilia page straight after the show. Now, Nathan, talk about Beatlebilia, because, as I said, I just love all your collectors so much, and they've got so much, how can I say, affection for you guys and what you do.
I used to pester Terry so much over the years, asking him all these questions, and he would always direct me to, he said, listen, you ought to get a hold of Pat. He's really a nice guy. But I was always so intimidated because, I mean, I'm sitting there, and it was a Bible. You go in there and you're looking, and it kind of gets, I always joke with these guys. I try to look for a different picture other than what's at Beatlebilia, but I have to wade through the first 3 or 4 pages of photos because they keep pointing me back to Beatlebilia website that are back in there. But it's just so much that I kick myself over the years of all the learning that was right there in front of me. You know, that it was so easy. But no, Terry would all the time say, trust me, he's a nice guy, he'll talk to you. But like I said, I was always intimidated. I was. But it is. I've learned so much, and the website and the community. You really need a Greek chorus in this, because so many times you're looking for a holy grail, and you're trying to find that neat piece, and you need to be someone behind your shoulder to say, no, you better look twice at this. You know, that's just not right. It smells wrong. It looks wrong, and that's where everyone comes in so much handy. It really is, and no one likes to make a mistake. And there's the worst thing I hate to do in the world is ever to even tell someone else that they bought something that's not authentic. That's the worst conversation I would ever want to have with anybody that bought a piece of Beatlebilia. But it's a great little site, and I enjoy it. I really do. That's
great. Now, Terry, what do you got to tell us, and what book have you got going now?
Well, I always tell him I take notes because of the memorabilia and stuff like that. And I take notes all the time. And I am so far behind on Pat and Phil's site, because I'll start reading down the list, and I'll have to pause. I go, wait a minute, that piece comes in how many colors? So I got to go change my notes. I got to go see that. I got to look at that. Is that what I've got in my notes? Is that not what I got? And by the time I get done with that post, okay, well, then there's 7 more that have popped up. And so I'm constantly at this site, only because I'm so far behind, trying to get caught up with the amount of information that is out there, which is unbelievable. If you just take the time and go to the posts and you read the posts, there is something always fascinating that goes on out there that somebody ran across sometime and can fill in a gap that maybe you have in your collecting or your information, or something you were trying to find out but didn't know. It's all out there, and you just got to take the time and go through it instead of just going like on all the posts like that. Read them sometime. Take your time and read them, and it just amazes me the amount of information that these guys have put out in this site, and that everybody comes through. And I have said this when I did the research for my memorabilia book. The Beatle groups out there, the community, they are more than willing to share information with you. And I found that by doing my research, and I still find that on these sites like that. These people will tell you all kinds of stuff that they've learned, that they've ran into this, that they had experience with this. and they remembered 40 years ago when this happened. So it's just a wonderful, wonderful resource in my mind. So I'm so happy to be a part of these guys. And EP, I'm gonna tell you right now, I would have never, if it wasn't for your show and this kind of site, I would never meet all these guys, and they're all wonderful. I'm so excited and proud to be a part of this group. It's really great.
That's exactly with me. I don't want to hold up the show, but you got to understand, I grew up in the 60s. I saw the Beatles stuff. The rarest Beatle thing I got is the rarest Beatle comic, right? I bought it for 20 cents. It's the one that's the export edition, which is like 2 shillings, 7 pence or 6 pence. It says like it's export edition. The Dell #1 comic, right? It's the rarest comic in the world. And I'm a monkey collector, and I happen to have it with smaller Beatles stuff. Now, instead of holding everybody up, let's get straight into the collectibles. Who's going to show stuff first?
Go on, I'll go first. I'll show some stuff, shall I? Yeah, like I said, this room has just ballooned. I talk about, I'm not a Star Wars collector, but you remember the movie Star Wars, right? There's the compactor scene in the Star Wars movie, right? When they're stuck in a compactor and the walls are coming in. That's how it feels in this room, right? It's all blurred at the moment. I don't know how to turn it off, but the walls are closing in, and that's mainly thanks to to Lorraine, to Pat, and a massive thanks, a massive lot of it goes to Nathan, who we've got a great system going on where we help each other out in our own nations, and we send stuff over to each other. So I'm going to show some stuff, but I want to show some stuff that people on the Beatlebilia group have helped out with. If it wasn't for those people, it wasn't for the Nathans, the Pats, the Lorries, and many other people. So I want to give some shout outs, and I'll show some stuff that I've got through those connections. So this is a nice little Hong Kong purse. Well, it's not a purse; it's a cigarette case that came through a couple of days, about a week ago now. And this came from a guy called Randy French in Canada, who saw one of my posts on the Beatlebilia Facebook group. Has that gone blurry? Yeah.
There you go. There you go.
On the Beatlebilia group, and he said, so I had a beige one, and he said he's got this dark blue, this navy one. Would I like it? Yes, please. Yes, thanks very much. And he sold that to me at a really great price. As the blur come off now.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
The blur's come off. There you go. You
that's it.
So that's a big thanks to Randy French for that one. Then we got some UK black and white glasses that I got from a lady in San Francisco. Her name's Roseanne. I think I'm saying it right, Roseanne Chirelli. And Roseanne knew that I was looking for these glasses. Can't hold all three.
I've never seen those ones, the black and white ones.
You can see I'm missing John. It's funny, I've got quite a few sets of glasses, and it's always John. It's always John that I can't find. It's always John that's holding up these collections. Let me show you this.
Those
This came through the other day,
are
right?
really neat when you feel them. You to look at them is one thing, but when you put one of those glasses in your hand and feel the rubber around it,
Yeah,
you know
it's
it's something special.
rubberized.
It really is
Yeah.
different.
Yeah, and they've got a nice weight to them as well, haven't they, Nathan? They're a nice heavy glass. I've got to show you this. This isn't 60s, but this was just such a nice thing that came through the other day. So there's a guy in Illinois called Craig Smith, and a massive shout out to Craig. He's another member on the group, and we've sold stuff to each other back and forth before. And I sold something to him recently. Found him something whilst we were in Liverpool at the festival this year. Found it, sent it over to him, and just because he thought it would be a nice thing to do, he sent me some stuff. So I didn't have to buy it off him. He just out the blue as a nice surprise sent me this stuff. So can you see this? So this is from Ringo's tour of the US. He toured over there in 22 and 23, and Craig sent me over this tote bag and some VIP backstage passes, the lanyards, and he sent me a T-shirt and sent me the same sort of bag and backstage passes from 2023 as well. For another reason than just being a nice guy, just thinking, well, there's someone over the other side of the world that might quite like this. So big thanks to Craig for that. And then what else have we got? We've got well, Laurie's not here sadly with us this evening, but she's sent me loads of things. She's helped me buy loads of stuff. This is one of the most recent, so you can see that. So this is the Beatles tie, 1964 tie. So you can see it's got all the facsimile autographs there. Nice pencil tie. So Laurie bought that for me.
Never seen that.
And then had it shipped over. one of the blue air flight cases. There's a long story behind this. I won't bore you with it, but Laurie came to visit us back in August, and she brought this over for me as well. And it was the first one I had. I've been chasing an air flight case for a couple of years now, and they always seem to slip away on eBay. They always seem to get outbid, or they always seem to slip away. And then you know what they say, a bit like buses, another one comes along. So again, thanks to Nathan. This is something that came along in the last package from Nathan. It was the second air flight, but it doesn't stop there. For the cases, we got a couple of caboodles that came over in the last couple of packages from Nathan as well. So a massive thanks to Nathan for those.
Unbelievable.
And I've got a few other bits and bobs, but I know we're running out of time, so let's jump over to somebody else. And
okay, who's next?
Go on, Nathan.
Okay, let me go here. Let me snap here, and then I'll switch this camera around. How do I do that? Oh gosh,
It's a little button with a picture of a camera.
Yeah, I know. I'm afraid to hit the wrong thing there. It's like give me the. I know.
Lower right-hand corner.
Yeah, that's it. That's still you, though.
Oh no. There we go.
There we go. Now we're moving.
One of the neatest things that we have in our group is it's funny how we have so many sets of eyes on something and we still miss it. Phil will go, "Hey, did any of you guys see this?" He'll show like a tote that went for $200. So none of us saw it. But we were looking all the time. And luckily, this one here, Pat pointed out to me before he started collecting clothes, because he would never have let it up. Now he's collecting the dresses now. Now we're in competition. But this one here is probably one of the neatest Beatle dresses that are out there. I haven't seen another one other than a picture of a couple girls in the cavern from the time period wearing them. That are in there. So
can I ask you, Nathan, where does it say Beatles on the dress, and what's the brooch around it? Is the brooch part of it?
No, the brooch is just a reflective, kind of like a necklace that came there. It's on a tie, but it's kind of it's a patented way of folding the dress.
Yeah.
So it kind of comes into there, and it was sold at what's it, Terry Littleson's department store?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, Littlewood. So it's a really neat dress. It's got the neatest feel to it. It's in just like unworn condition, and like I said, I've never seen another one of those.
I haven't seen it either. But Nathan, I'm just asking you, where does it say Beatles? Does it say Beatles on it, or is it in a book or what? I can't see it
on there.
No, sorry.
You can see the B, the E.
Point out the BEAT for it.
Oh, yeah, now I see it.
E-A. It's the way the fold, it goes all the way around the dress.
Oh, unbelievable. I never seen that in my life.
It's a really neat process, how they do that. Of course, too, this is another great thing I collect, and a big shout out to Pat, is he gave me some of my favorite compacts. I have all the compacts. I probably have about 14 different ones. With the powder compacts, and then Pat gave me, I think a couple of them in here responsible for Pat. But
well done, Pat. Now, Nathan, I just want to ask you, you just walked past are they full-size posters of the Beatles, the early ones? Did you just walk past that? Can I see those? You know why? There's a music store in Blackburn here in Melbourne that's got them up on the wall, and they sell CDs and records in the store, and they got them up there.
Yeah, these ones here I found, and I restored them. They were all stained and torn. I built the frames out of 6 pieces of wood, cut them down, built everything myself. I like doing everything.
Yeah, good.
That's in there. That's
really rare now, isn't it? Those posters.
I've got another set too. Now these are the UK sets.
Yeah, that's right.
And then there's a Heights set, which these are in the tubes right here.
Yeah, sure.
There's another set that came from the Heights thing. Then this one here just sent over. This is a big shout out. Phil just sent me the beautiful magnet hair piece. That was another just wonderful gift from Phil, like in there. And Phil just sent me over the lamp, which I just love.
I just want to ask you about the lamp, just for myself, right? I see the top piece, right, with the heads. Is the base part of that?
Yes.
Okay, can I see the base? Because I've never seen the base. I've seen the top, but never the base. So what is it? Gold guitars with Beatles on it, is it?
Yep, all it has is just the guitar, just one
Okay.
emblem on there, and it's
Right.
golden in there.
That's unbelievable. Never seen the base in my life. I've seen the top.
Yep. Just picked up this flyer. Someone gave me a scrapbook, and it had that flyer from the DC show along with the girl's ticket and the clip outs. It's another great thing in there. But a lot of the jewelry too, a lot of the neat jewelry that I have now were just all shout outs from Pat pointing these things out to me, and Phil. And once again, they're just so hard to find these things too. A couple little goodies in there that just came over from Pat. But just all the cards on the backers. I feel so greedy with the group grabbing up all the backers all the time.
No, I reckon good luck to you. But you know what I love about this show? As you're going around the room, you spot things with your eyes and you go, oh, I recognize that. Isn't that great, Terry?
Yeah, it's
But man, there's a lot of goodies, you know, that's all in here and stuff. You know, all the different ways things coming out, and Phil and I going in buying we bought like 12 banners together from Canada. With the old banners that were in there, but it's really just good having the Beatlebilia group in there. Here, I picked up another shade coming over via Pat and everybody and Phil. But this one here, these guys are spotting so I could fill up my diary. They're always showing me my diaries when they're up in there. In the
that was our project for a good few months, wasn't it? Every time we saw a diary pop up.
My wife was really glad when I stopped buying those, and really my China just started collecting that. That's gone from 0 to 60 in just literally weeks. Most of this is all UK stuff. Pat gave me the nice bowls, and actually my first piece was from Pat too, which is the teacup and saucer.
Can I just ask you? I had the saucer, right? I had the saucer. How can you tell if it's the real legit 1964 one? Because there's a lot of fakes. How can you tell what's underneath it, or what does it say to make it the real deal?
Well, the saucer's a little hard, but if this one here has the Washington pottery mark on there.
Okay.
Now, there is another Washington pottery mark that's a kind of a counterfeit one, but you can tell it's very sophomoric of a mark with the way it's drawn out. But every once in a while, I'm still learning a lot about the pottery myself, because a lot of it's marked. A lot of it, this company, apparently Washington Pottery, just had so many orders that they subcontracted out to a lot of different potteries places.
Yeah, it's almost like it's like the gumball machine charms. The pottery and those compacts you have, those things just get so muddy and this, that, and all that. It's nuts.
It really is. Especially you had it. Companies buy up other companies.
Yeah.
There's sub licenses. Imagine that if you bought a license and then thought you had the authority to sub-license it out to somebody else. You know, kind of like make NEMs obsolete and things like in there.
Yeah.
But these guys in here, I'm going to move on to Pat. But it's a lot of the goodies, you know, all coming from there. And I really appreciate everything these guys do. And more than anything, they point out some of the frauds for me. You know, that's the biggest thing too. But like all the handbags, we all kind of divvy up those, and because we're like, you know, 5 kids in the movie Oliver fighting for the last pork chop, you know, for that extra bowl of porridge, you know. So, but yeah, I'll go to you, Pat, buddy.
Yeah. Cheers, Nathan. Well, I want to show you this. Can you see that? Okay.
Yeah.
This beautiful Beatles Paul glass has eluded me for years and years and years. And my good friend Nathan found this for me, didn't keep it for himself because he's not got it, and then told me about it and sent it over to me. And that's allowed me to almost complete the set of all these coloured glasses. And I haven't been able to find that for 40 years. So that's what's the sort of a guy he is. So
that's a holy grail right there. Keep going through it, Pat. We got 8 minutes.
Okay, let me show you this. Now you'll have seen the shampoo box when Judy and Alex showed it. So I was lucky enough to pick up this shampoo box, but sadly it didn't have a shampoo bottle. But thanks to Mr. Restoration Man over there, Nathan, it now has a shampoo bottle. And
That's
that's
awesome.
all Nathan's work. Nathan's measured it, fitted it, sent me the bottle over, and it just looks like the original. So I'm never going to find the original, probably. So I'm really thankful to have something that looks so great in the original box.
Well, you're not going to find the Beatles shampoo because the Beatles use the shampoo.
Yeah. And I just want to show you this. That well, a couple of things while we get this. Phil sent me. I think he regrets it to this day. But you often see these combs for sale. The little oversized combs, but you very rarely see them in the original packet. And what's nice about this is it was done for the Canadian and American market, as Terry well knows. But on the reverse, you have it in French, which is in Terry's book as well. It's a different one to this one, but it's the same colour. It was Dennis's, I think, that was in Terry's book. This one, Phil had it originally, and I think he had a bit of an off day and decided to let me have it sort of swap for something. I can't remember what it was now, but I'm so glad to have it. Sorry to show you that, Phil, but I just but what I'm most proudest of recently is it's taken me 40 years to decide to jump into the autograph market. But this is the set of autographs that I bought probably about 2 months ago, because I've been waiting for absolutely Stonewall provenance. And before I went to the sale room and bought it, I checked with lots of friends on Beatlebilia and also other Facebook groups that concentrate on autographs, and they all said, every single one of them came back and said, yeah, 100% they're genuine. The story was that this was February 1963 on the Helen Shapiro tour, when they were back in Helen Shapiro, and Ringo got taken a bit ill and had a really sore throat. Probably it was the start of all his throat problems, where he ended up with his tonsils out a year later. So the doctor got called to the Punch Hotel in Doncaster in Yorkshire, and as payment for it, he wouldn't take any payment. He asked them to sign the autographs. So Ringo and George signed in pencil, and Paul and John signed in pen. And he gave the autographs to the daughter of his next door neighbour, and it was his daughter, the daughter, who had consigned them to the auction. And thankfully, I managed to get it. It's actually on a menu card from the hotel. That's part of the hotel menu card. So it all ties in. The Punch Hotel in Doncaster, which doesn't exist anymore now, but that's where they were staying when they were on the bill with Helen Shapiro. So that's my favourite piece that I've thankfully managed to pick up.
Terry, sorry, Pat, can I ask how much you paid for it? Is that all right? Just tell everybody if you can.
I whisper because my wife.
Okay, can you whisper because I want to hear it?
Do it off camera.
I can't tell you.
Do it off camera.
Okay, so got the breakfast menu there at least.
Yeah, it's just part of the menu. It's just part of the menu that they've signed off.
Why is it yellow? Why is it yellow? Is it like that yellow was there and they just did it?
The lady put sellotape over.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
Okay, she did it to protect those signatures.
But thankfully, because of the age of it, it's just it was already off when I bought them, but it's left the sort of age stain. But thankfully, it's not damaged.
But that adds to the story.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's part of it.
Now, what else you got to show us, Pat? I've got 4 minutes and we've got to wrap.
That's awesome.
Okay.
Just real quick, EP. Just real quick. There's always two prices.
Yeah, I'm here. Just wait
for it. So just want to let that.
Just say that again because it didn't come through, Nathan.
Can you see this?
Yeah.
This is my favorite item that Phil found me probably a year and a half ago now, which is the actual wallet display for all the wallets that were done.
Unbelievable.
Over time, I've managed to collect all the different coloured wallets. It's a massive display. but Phil had a guy that he knew over in the States, and the bit of a story is that he found the back originally, and all we had was the back. There was no top to it, and we sent him off looking for the rest of it, and he found it, and Phil picked it up for me. So I'm always going to be ever thankful for that, because you struggle to find one of those wallet displays complete, that you can get completed anyway.
Does the display say anything about like who did the, like in small letters on the back or something about who did the display or anything? I always look for things like that.
All it says is SPP,
Okay.
the standard products on.
Yeah.
It doesn't say anything about who made the display. Yeah,
That's neat.
yeah. And so
I've got one more thing to show you, EP, before we go.
Yeah, just show it now. There's
got
only
time?
2 minutes
See, we
left.
got 2
Just
minutes.
flash it.
This is
Let's
something that
go.
came through the other day. We had a little bit of a panic when the package went a little bit quiet on the tracking, didn't we? For a few days, thinking it got lost. But this came through the other day. So this is a full box of the Cleveland confectionery licorice. So it's got. I don't know if you can see. You've got a bit of glare on the screen there. Look,
What year is that?
64.
Go on, Pat. 64.
So what is it? Is it full of licorice? Is it, Phil?
I can smell it. I can
Show
smell
us.
it.
You
Hey.
can smell it coming through.
Hey, Phil, can you open one up and eat it?
I wouldn't be coming on another show, EP, if I did.
That's right.
That'd be the end of me.
Hey, Pat, just show us one more item and we've got to wrap.
Yeah,
That's
show you
awesome.
one more item that again Phil found me, and it's this beautiful bag from Canada. It's the
You're killing me, Pat.
common version from the Dame one. This is the Canadian version. They did this, and they did a shoulder bag, which Phil still has hanging up on the wall there somewhere.
It's
I'm not letting you have that one, Pat.
It's unbelievable. Can I ask you, Pat, when you go shopping, do you take that with you?
Definitely not. No.
Okay, listen, I want to thank you all for today's show. I've got to say, it's an unbelievable show. Let's get another one together. And Terry, just tell them about your book, right? How far are we away from the copyright book?
I always say a couple months, and that's true. That thing is taking life on. So, hey, real quick, because I see what's left. I got this now. My second edition book, it's out on barnesandnoble.com. So I just did a thing with them, and we just got it out there. So if you're ever looking, and Barnes and Noble is big time here in the US and everywhere. So go out there online. It's out there now at a great price. So have at it.
All right. Thank you all. Thank you, Terry. Thank you, Pat. Thank you, Phil. Thank you, Nathan. Let me tell you, in my heart, I love you all because everything you do is fantastic, collecting all that Beatles history. And you know what? It's going to live on and on forever. And you guys are protecting all that merchandise that is so hard to find now in 2023. And it's a credit to you. And Terry and I just salute you because it's just so fantastic. And we love you. See you all. And we'll see you again on the Plastic EP.
Thanks all.
Thanks,
everyone.
See you,
guys.